All right, welcome to part 2 of identifying the job posting keywords to optimize your resume for the ATS. You might have seen job postings like this from various companies, websites, and your task is to read it, actually, to read it well and identify the keywords from the job posting and apply these keywords on your resume so your resume is tailored. And only if you do that, you'll get a high score on the applicant tracking system, like these people, and that will lead to an interview with companies like this or many more. And according to JobScan, the ATS, the applicant tracking system, is used by over 99% of the Fortune 500 companies, and I have a whole video on the ATSs. But in this video, we're going to be taking a look at an actual application of how to identify the keywords from the job posting with a real example of a job posting. If you want to know about what was covered in part 1, it was I discussed a method of how to do this, so you can go take a look at that. So let's take a look at this in detail with an actual job posting example. I chose Apple's Genius position. Seems like it's a pretty entry-level position that anyone can take a look at and tackle. So remember, we're to focus on the VTS. So what are the VTS? Just a quick recap. V stands for the verbs. So we're looking for the resume's action verbs such as negotiate, organize, lead, manage, and so on. The T stands for the tasks. So what kind of duties and responsibilities will you be in charge of in this position? Lastly, S stands for the skills. So what kind of skills do they expect you to have, both the soft and hard skills? So let's take a look. One of the sections on the job posting of the Apple's Genius position is the summary. So right here, I'm going to go through this line by line. At the Apple Store, you maintain the customer's trust. So your verbs and your tasks there, you're maintaining customer's trust, and in Apple as a skilled expert troubleshooting and repairing products. Oh, there you go. That's another task that you'll be in charge of. Let's take a look at the next sentence. You use problem solving and people skills. They precisely tell you what kind of skills you need to have. You need problem solving and people skills to assure Genius Bar customers to swift resolutions to their technical problems. That's your task right there, task and responsibilities. You also educate your team members. Next line. You educate, there is a verb, your team members about the products while independently keeping your own technical know-how set up to date. Technical know-how up to date. So this is what your requirements are. These are your duties and your tasks. So you can actually see that every single sentence has some element of the VTS, the verbs, tasks, and skills. With your customer service brilliance, now that's a skill. Sometimes it can be, it can also be viewed as a task. And empathetic nature, you provide, there's a verb, you provide Genius advice and support every day. That's what you're going to be doing. That's a general overview of what you're required to do. So these are the words that you want to kind of pick out. It may seem like a lot, but it's actually pretty repetitive, you'll see. And what kind of qualifications, what kind of requirements are they looking for in the right candidate? Well, they actually give you this in a bullet point form. Every company is going to be different, but let's take a look. Skills. Remember, in the summary, they mentioned people skills and problem solving already. So in terms of the skills you require, people skills, so the soft skills, and problem solving skills, right? And let's take a look at the next bullet point. Your ability to maintain composure and customer focus. Okay, so this is going to be your task and perhaps part of the skills as well. While troubleshooting and solving technical issues, there's your verb, right? You're troubleshooting and you're solving issues. Okay. And lastly, ability to adhere to a schedule of customer appointments. Okay, pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but that is your task. So these are the keywords you want to pick out from the qualifications. Let's take a look at the additional requirements. So what else do they look for in the right candidates? You have an aptitude for acquiring skill in technical repairs and eagerness to learn. So what kind of attitude do they want you to have? This is going to be partially related to your skills as well as some of the tasks involved. Okay, you have excellent time management skills, so they tell you exactly what you need and can make decisions quickly. That is your task. You're able to make decisions quickly. There you go. Multilingual ability is a plus. So not necessarily a requirement, but if you have the skills, of speaking multi languages, there you go. You get bonus points. You'll need to be flexible with your schedule. Okay, that's another little requirement they have of you. Not necessarily belonging to any of the precise category of the VTS, but this just gives you what else you might want to know if you're applying to this position. So these are the keywords from the additional requirements. That brings us to the description, the last section of this. So you can actually see this goes by pretty quick. It doesn't take that long to analyze the job posting. So as a genius, you provide insightful advice and friendly hands-on technical support to Apple customers in need. There you go. There's your verb. You provide insightful advice and technical support to customers. There's your task. Okay, that's the T element. The next sentence, you quickly diagnose issues on the spot, explaining situations with patience and empathy. Okay, there's another task and a verb. You diagnose, right? You quickly diagnose the issues. Okay, let's see. After determining whether repairs can be done or the replacement is needed, you offer solutions. There you go. There's another verb. You determine. You offer. You offer solutions, right? And that's also related to your task. And the next line, even if you're juggling more than one customer, you stay conscious of their time demands as well as your own. You fulfill Apple's service commitment with style, speed, and skill. Okay, so what you're required to do. So pretty much based on the tasks, because this is the description section. So this is where Apple or the company that you're applying for will be highlighting what you're required to do on a day-to-day basis. Lastly, you earn the trust of customers. Okay, that's your duty, that's your task, and coworkers are like you as you offer guidance, knowledge, and even tips and training. There you go. So that brings us to highlighting these kinds of words as your tasks. So remember, we're just focusing on the verbs, tasks, and skills. So you might think, oh my gosh, this looks complicated. But actually, once you've highlighted all that and you pick out the words, you essentially just kind of come down with this. Like in terms of the verbs, you have like troubleshoot, repair, educate, advice, and support, make decisions, diagnose. So these words are not the most complicated ones. Same with tasks. What are you supposed to do? Well, you maintain and earn trust. You resolve issues, customer service, adhere to schedule. Okay, and the friendly, patient, empathy. So you'll see all this, and then you make a little list of your VTS, your skills, right? What kind of skills do they expect you to have? People skills, time management skills, multilingual is a plus, right? Technical, repair. So with any kind of job posting, you can actually do this. And I mean, to read this document, it'll take you less than like 3 to 5 minutes, but just to highlight it. But being able to highlight and understand exactly what kind of words you need and to be able to apply that on your resume is really going to help you get ahead, because you can actually design your resume that is tailored to the position, which, as mentioned earlier, will allow you to get a higher score on the ATS. So, and you might wonder, okay, now I picked out the keywords. How do I apply these? Like this, right? Because whatever words you pick out from the verbs, the tasks, and skills, you want to apply that on your resume so you can tailor it. So I actually have a whole video on that, how to use resume and CVs, action verbs and keywords with examples, where I show you literally line by line. Okay, you know that one of the V elements of the VTS is the collaborate, right? And so what did you do? What based on your experience, right? And then what was the outcome? So you can produce bullet points like this, literally like a step-by-step method. So anyhow, just as a quick recap, remember we're always focusing on the VTS, the verbs, tasks, and skills. And in today's video, I showed you a full job posting example and what you need to look for and how to highlight it. Right? I mean, the highlighting is probably the easiest part, but really picking out the VTS might require some time. But once you've done that, you're actually able to tailor your resume to the position you're applying for. And just one more thing. Have you ever worked at a coffee shop like a Starbucks? You might be wondering, okay, how do I write my resume? So in that video, I actually show you how to write literally each line by line on your resume. So your coffee shop experience looks something like this with these main keywords. And maybe perhaps you've even worked at a supermarket or like a Costco or Walmart or Target or whatever it may be. There's a resume where I take you through line by line on that one. And for education section, also a step-by-step process. I like to break everything down into step-by-step, so it's just easier to follow and understand, and that's what my videos are pretty much based off of. Anyways, I'm Professor Job Offer, and I'm here to help you land your next job. Thanks for watching.